This cleaning person, we were leaving, and she's like, oh, you left this. And she gives the medals, and I was like, oh, oops. And I was trying to I put them in the trash can.
I want to take you back to your kind of earliest days in sport. What did rowing do for you?
Oh my gosh. I miss rowing so much.
Do you?
I do. If I didn't break my back, that's what I would be doing right now to this day. I love the water, and I don't know why, or maybe it's because it makes me always go back to that one happy memory I do have in one of the younger orphanages I was in. But I love the water, and I think I feel so much more in control, because when you're on the boat and when I push off the dock and you're holding the oars, and if you put it down, like, you're the one who's making that boat move, and everything you do, and you're in control of the actions. I think I love that sense of it and that freedom of it. And little did I know I would be here.
And outside of your mom, Randy and Bobby were the first people that told you you can do something.
Yeah.
Explain the significance of that.
It's like your parents believe in you, and they always are gonna say you can do anything you put your mind to. But when you have someone outside of a parental role or a family role telling you and seeing potential in you and believing in you, hits different. And for me, that was Randy, who at first came home. Randy and Bobby came to our house. They set me down and they were like, okay, think you can make it to the Paralympic Games. And I was like, what the hell is a Paralympics? I had no idea what it was. And they're the first ones that saw that level of sports for me and representing Team USA. And then what Bobby did was he committed everything. He paid for half of a boat. I got a grant, and he paid for the other half out of his own money to buy a boat where I would be able to train in, because he knew that was a big factor, is needing to get a better boat to train in. It also was so strange because I never really had like a male role in that way too, in a positive role. Mm-hmm. And in so many ways I felt like, especially with Bobby, I felt so connected, oh my gosh, I know he wasn't my dad, but felt like he had such a huge influence on me, and I never wanted to let him down, and wanted to, kind of like my mom, prove her right, that she adopted the right girl and that was worth the fight. Prove to him, hey, what you believed is true. I want to do it. And that's what he always said. He would always, before races, be like, all right, well, prove it. So became a motto, kind of.
Why did you sleep in the Team USA uniform the first two nights?
Oh man, that's so embarrassing. I don't want people to know that. I just couldn't believe it, because in 2008, I wanted to make this team so bad, and I didn't make that games. And then when we made it and got our first uniform, I was so excited. I just couldn't believe this was happening. And the fact that it just said USA, and I'm representing something so much more. And it's wearing that dream I've always dreamed of and sleeping in it, and just it made it more real if I had it on. I did the same thing when I won my first world championship titles for cycling too. I slept in the rainbow jersey because so I don't know, but it's just I'm not a medals person.
I know, you'll leave them in hotels, won't you?
Yes.
Consciously.
Yeah. Oh my God. I felt so bad. You know what's so embarrassing? This cleaning person, we were leaving, and she's like, oh, you left this. And she gives the medals, and I was like, oh, oops. And I was trying to I put them in the trash can. I should not have said that. But then she's like, oh, and also this, and it was a stuffed animal. And I was like, oh, I did not want to forget that. And that was a pure mistake. And I got more excited over that than the medals. Mm-hmm.
But what about that first bronze meant so much to you?
Oh my gosh. I was on cloud 9 with that. And that's the one medal that's broken, because I didn't realize what a Paralympic medal was. I was in the gym and I was swinging it, and then it fell on the cement floor, and now it's in 2 pieces. But I've learned now. But that that bronze medal in London, I mean, we went from being the least experienced boat, the smallest boat, and we were not expected to make the A final at all. And next thing you know, we are neck and neck with the British boat and the US boat. And it's a photo finish. And I've never heard a crowd so loud in my life. And they were not cheering for USA, for sure. And I think it just, so in rowing, you have an awards dock you row to. You leave from like a dock where all the boats are, but then when you win a medal, you go to a different dock. And I have never been, first of all, more scared in my life to walk on a dock and in my legs and be like, don't be this person that falls and drowns and becomes an international news now, because I'm just so excited. And I saw my mom, my Aunt Tina was there, and my family, and Bobby, and he was just like, just seeing his face, the people who believed in you from the start, and to be able to have something where I can like give to them and show them like, hey, you were right, thank you.
It touches you even now talking about it.
Yeah, like I have to like fight the tears a little bit, just because, especially for everything, for like, I know how much what Bobby has done for me, but I think as I'm kind of heading towards like the second half of my career, and more like not the back end, because I don't want it to be over yet, but I am being older and seeing myself more in like a coaching role and helping people in the power of believe. And I think that's the thing, is like, I don't believe in myself, but I believe in the people who believe in me, and their belief makes me believe that I'm capable of doing it. That was the moment I felt, looking at the American flag, I felt like I belong here. I'm meant to be an athlete, and I can be an athlete.